Let's see here. Camera action, that would help. Hello. Guess what is going on? I am home for the evening, so there won't be a 14th morning dram because I am in my room. Have to get some sleep, but of course can't sleep right now because I've been on night shift for 2 weeks, and they today decided to switch me and the general foreman to day shift. So I'm here. Maybe somebody will come in on a chat, maybe not. Maybe I'll have a beer while people are watching. Should I have an Alberta beer or an original 16? Should I have a high test, a low test? Night shift kind of sucks. Twilight Zone's on. Kind of like the Twilight Zone. Old black and white. Way better dialogue than there is now in most TV shows. This one's about some guy in an accounting office that obviously likes the sexy receptionist. And he tried to buy her an antique gift. The guy sold her a genie, the Whiskey Altar Starbuck. Yeah. And it's very much where I think they got the idea for the Mask movie from. The Whiskey Altar Starbuck, thank you very much. It's not a very quick changeover. All it says in our contract is that they have to give us 8 hours rest. They need to define what 8 hours means. Let's open up a beer. Opening up a beer. That's not good enough. We're going to open up a Prairie White Rattler from the original 16, which is the Great Western. What do they call themselves again? The Great Western Brewing Company. It's very good, actually. I tried one earlier with premium orange peel and citrus. The other ones in there are a little hard, a little darker, heavier. What are you up to anyway, Whiskey Altar? What time is it in your neck of the woods? I'm trying to remember now. There's 3 other viewers, no comments yet. Don't have an orange peel to put in this, which is very typical for this kind of beer. Don't want to spill this on my new computer. So, night shift, farewell. Day shift, here I come. Richie Z, how you doing? Hi, Julia. You want me to read you a bedtime story? What could I read? I could read you the story about original 16. You are home. You're almost midnight. I'm liking the orange. A little slice of orange gives you that, brings the hint of orange that's in this out. It's quite common. This has been around for a while. They call it Prairie White, but there's lots of different companies that have been making this before. But I love the story behind this. If you guys didn't hear me talking about it yesterday, not this beer, but the original 16 is the company was going to close down. And 16 of the original employees pooled their money together and kept the distillery open, or brewery open. And they have a master brewery there named Amanda Butt, which Go Habs was making fun of her name. But she's a biochemist and even trained in Scotland, originally from Newfoundland. I would like to do an interview of that and do a little research, because I swear they could probably get into making scotch or single malt whiskey, pardon me. I got to find a book to read to Julia. We have several things to read. We could read about single sherry casks in the whiskey industry. Sherry casks in the woods. Yes, I read that right. I printed this off at work and never had a chance to read it. I don't know if I want to read that one. How about we could read from Charles Macallan's book, Malt History, The Complete Guide. I always find it funny when people use The Complete Guide. We could read about Scotch and Rye in the Unfiltered magazine from the Single Malt Whiskey Society. Berlin's Best Bar None. Former cruise ship partner Christian Gentleman has brought a world of experience to the celebrated bar Am Steinplatz, where he offers guests a unique voyage of whiskey and cocktail discoveries. Anybody fallen asleep yet? Yeah, long day and you got through it, eh? Feels like it was a long day for me too, but I didn't get through nothing yet. Or we could read about sugar. Sugar's powerful pull. I think that's Julia's magic trick. Julia is very sweet, and she uses that sweetness to pull you in because from what I've read in here, sugar is very addictive. Very addictive. Where's the sugar stars? Ooh, Sugar's Dark Seduction. I think I should read about that one, Julia. Bronco Rogue. Trying to remember what your comment was, but it was very suiting in my one of my last videos there. The Dark Seduction of Sugar. Chris Beaton. What are you guys doing all up this late, 11:30 at night? I'm up because they're shifting me to day shift and they have to give me a maximum of 8 hours off. Or, Julia, could I read this to you? Your personality explained. So, Julia, are you saying you're bad? Are you a bad girl? Exploring the science of identity. I wonder if they have an article in here about Julia. Just kidding. The Universal Smile. Facts of Life. What happened, and add up your points and divide by 8. What's this about? The willingness to persist through setbacks is one key to healthy long-term relationships, Julia. That's what this is all about. Add up your points. This is self-regulation, mental exercise. This is pretty deep stuff. I don't know. Self-control on other people, commitment, control. Did you know terror management theory is a study of basic conflict between our desire to live and our awareness of death? Who makes up these articles? Yeah, it was this morning when you saw me go live, Bronco. But I'm on night shift, and they just pulled another fast one, said, hey, we need you to go on days tomorrow. So I have to come home, sleep, and then be there at 7 a.m. now. Been starting 7 p.m. for 2 weeks. So here I am trying to endocrine system. So time is irrelevant to you. Yeah, well, I don't really work shift work. We were supposed to be on days right from the get-go, but there's something going on. Who knows? Whoa. There's my first close call. I need to get a cover for this computer. I hated short shift, yeah. Pain. Am I back? Is that signal better now? I don't know how I lost it. To reconnect. Am I here now? Says I'm back. Yes. Is it clear? Clear as can be? It just blanked out for no reason at all. Nope. What do you mean, nope? You're being silly. What's going on? Julia. Am I? All you can see is my helmet. Anybody here not see my pretty face? Whiskey Sneerson, how you doing, bud? I'm back. Crack-a-lack. I'm coming back. I can see me. Give it a moment. Awesome. Gee. You had me nervous there for a minute, woman. Man. Yes, I do. I like that stuff. I'm almost out of this one. I'm going to have to get another one. So everybody can see me now. I just sleep like this right here. I probably won't have a hard time sleeping, but I'll have a hard time waking up. You don't make, well, sometimes I get nervous, Julia. Sometimes. Am I going to make Julia happy today? It's a lot of work, you know. Who wants to see me drink some whiskey? Orange IPA beer by Sierra Nevada. Right on. Well, this isn't orange IPA, but sounds good. Sipping on Wild Turkey Rare Breed. This is Macallan's Triple Cask. Remember when they used to call it a fine oak triple cask? I don't really work that hard, Julia. They just make me work out of town. I'm still doing what other people don't want to do. That's the only reason I have a job. Okay, Whiskey Alter says, have a dram. Whiskey Alter Starbuck. Are you like Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica? Is that what it was? Hey, Starbuck. Save you some. I don't know. If you're not even allowed to drink anything right now. I should open this up right now, shouldn't I? But I have some Millstone. I don't have to open it up. Hey, Starbuck. I think if I open this one up, Rich, this one, I mean, that's an empty bottle. I won't be able to get any vanilla or... Your last name is Starbuck. Mr. Starbuck. As far as I know, you could be like the owner of Starbucks. That nice hologram. Well, they got a hologram on here because they think that makes them like good and official. 10-year-old fine oak. I've got two of them. One is an old release. Technically, they're both older releases, but one is even older. I bet you can't open this. Yeah, it's not the same one as this, Richie. I'll tell you that right now. Well, these aren't very secure. This is peeling off way too easy. Well, sort of. Couldn't get it to... Top hologram. There's no paper to peel around this. It is just a... That's a funky bottle lid. Pop. It's kind of like a double twist on here. Interesting. Do I need help? That's very Macallan. Yep. It has purple on the label. I don't think, yeah, I don't think this is the same one because this one was an exclusive barrel bought by the liquor store. Santa Cruz, and how you doing? Mr. Smearson. Okay. Santa Cruz, and I'm opening up the Macallan's Triple Cask 12-year-old from the US of A, from the Edrington Group, New York, New York. I bought it in Alberta. Wasn't supposed to be available. It's got a nice little collar on it, though. It's not a wrap. So you've got the cork, and it twist locks into something here. I think you must have to find it. I am off. I don't know if Travis is off. I think he had to stay there and continue to get things set up. He doesn't actually work for our company. He is a subcontractor. They are the heat treatment specialists. So they're doing their prep to do the bake out for the material we install. Well, that's very Macallan's. I haven't had a Macallan's in years, guys, deliberately. So what it describes is an exquisite marriage of whiskey maturity in European and American sherry finish, sherry seasoned oak cask and ex-bourbon. So it's been in European and American cherries, but it says seasoned oak casks. So were they sherry casks, or were they casks that they put some sherry in and rolled it around and then aged it? Because I get sherry. I get a pungent little strong whiff of sherry right off the top. A little oak. Hey, Mr. Fretless. I did see your name and I didn't say hi. This ain't bad. On the nose. I'm going to tell you right now, I know that 3% more alcohol makes a difference. Easter Ellich, Craigellichy, Scotland. So what it says here, Richie, seasoned is the key word, yes. The Macallan triple cask matured 12 years old reveals the unrivaled commitment to the mastery of wood and spirit for which the Macallan has been known since it was established in 1824. It is a uniquely complex combination of oak cask that delivers the extraordinary smooth and delicate character of the single malt. A trinity of spirits matured individually in sherry seasoned European oak cask, sherry seasoned American oak casks, and ex-bourbon American oak cask, then exquisitely and expertly married together to create a vibrant single malt, bursting with citrus fruit, vanilla, and fresh oak flavors. It is a good on the nose. It is. I haven't had one that's very, very Macallan's. I'll give it that. Sherry. Not a sherry bomb. But, I mean, the marketing on this is amazing. I would say it's a delicate whiskey. I do get the fruitiness out of it. Not old ex-sherry cask, no. So they've taken ex-sherry seasoned American oak. Does that mean they used a bourbon barrel and added sherry to it? Okay, I'm going in. I get this a spiciness. Louis, how you doing? Louise, I mean. She's warm on the back of the palate. That 43% makes a difference. This is from the USA, Richie. This is not available to us. It's either available for two reasons. The spirit buyer for Wine and Beyond, which is a close cousin to Total Wine, ordered it specifically. But this does not have a double label on it. It doesn't have a French and English, which is by law Canadian. And it says right on it, imported by the Etrington, Americas, New York. Right here. Etrington. So this was either shipped by accident, or we're just very fortunate to get it this time. I do have the box with me, my man. Hopefully they still have some for sale because I pronounced it to everybody. I'm drinking the Macallan's 12-year-old triple cask, not the fine oak Louis. And it's from the States. It says right on here, from the Endocrine group. There's more written on the back here, but it's all right. It's good stuff. Nope, it's not the fine oak. It's the triple cask. This is a new release. Right, yes. I have a 12-year-old triple cask at home, or no, maybe it's just a 12-year-old sherry finish. What's the thumbs up for? What am I going, Julia? I had to switch to the computer to communicate. Yes, computers are so much easier in this format to type in. You're getting some next. I'm sold many. I've sold many. Of this? Yeah, I hate Whiskey Scout. I don't dislike Macallan's, and I don't dislike Balvini's. I dislike their marketing BS. Not that other companies don't do the same thing, but I think they're two of the biggest ones. So I bought this, and I think, well, let's be honest, I like it. But the whole going NAS up here in Canada, I don't think they did NAS in the States or other parts of the world. We have got tons of this NAS garbage up here still. Almost every liquor store is getting it. This other double cask bottle. Well, I have the double cask bottle here. I'll show you. It's almost identical to the double cask that we get in Canada, but this is not it. This is the US's version of the double cask. And I'll tell you why. First of all, the back is very similar, but some of the labeling and markings are different. That may be because we have to have stuff in French. But I'll tell you the biggest, most magical difference with the Canadian one right here. The Canadian version would say 40% ABV. This says 43. And when you open it up, this one as well, and it was right beside the Canadian ones when I was there for the same price. So I was, what's going on? Of course, the poor people working there, it's not their fault. Right here, it says imported by Etrington Group, Etrington, Americas, New York, New York. That is not a Canadian bottle. And this double cask, matured exclusively in perfect balance of sherry, seasoned American and European oaks. So it's the same thing, except here they use some bourbon. So this is your triple cask, this is your double cask, and it is apparently darker. So what are they doing? I think that it doesn't say anything about not being colored. This one's not colored. Nowhere on this container does it say unchill filtered, matured exclusively in sherry, seasoned American and European oak cask. I think that this new double cask might have color in it. Do you guys believe that? Nowhere on the bottle label or on the box does it say non-colored. This one says natural color. What does natural color mean versus unchill filtered uncolored? This does not say that on it. Okay, this does not. You mean the bottles? This neck's different than this one. Eh? This one here had the hologram on it. It's a plastic cover on it, and it's got the cork in it, but it's also got a little black ring. It's got like a twist on it as well, kind of a dual purpose lid. Although I don't think it really screws back on. This one doesn't. It's got the shrink wrap. It's got the hologram as well. But I peeled that hologram off without ruining it right there. I think so, man. I'm just suspicious that this is lighter. The triple cask is lighter than the double cask. And this has nothing on here about being natural colored and or unchill filtered, whereas this one does. Ta-da. And you might be right. It's just for looks. But you'd think that they would want the triple cask to be more darker. Suspicious. All they're doing is making me more suspicious. Yep. I know it's pretty known for not coloring, but if it's not on the label, man, it does not say it. It says non-chill filtered Richie on the triple cask, or it says natural color on the triple, and it doesn't say anything about color on this one. Please savor mystery single. This one's, I bet you any money got color in it. Excuse me. I'm suspicious. Very suspicious. And tell the other YouTubers that I've discovered something, let them do their research. Hipsters enjoy the color, and I ain't no hipster. Nope. I like trendy, cool things and all the new stuff and the new gadgets and all that stuff, but that don't make you a hipster, does it? Yes, they need to sure they do. You're 43%. Both of these are 43%. But if it was coming to Canada directly, it's not. Both of these are from the Endocrine Americas group. They were not meant to come to Alberta. We're fortunate it did. It's good. That is a sweet daily drinker. Now, will this 12-year-old be the opposite of the other guys? A lot of them don't like Glenmorangie. I like Glenmorangie. Unlike Swami, I don't call it Glenmorangie. I don't expect something from it more than some. Maybe that's it. But in the long run, I like it. I think the Glenmorangie is my daily drinker almost. I have several bottles opened at home, and if I'm out and there is a Glenmorangie at the bar, oftentimes I pick it. It is age statement. But based on my experience with the 12 sherry and 12 double cask, I think I would like it color or not. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's just odd to note then, and I agree with it's all natural color, all Maxwell. But is it because it says otherwise, Richie? This one has a statement on it, and this one doesn't have a statement on it. And it is double cask 12-year-old, and this is triple cask 12-year-old, but it is lighter in color. You're out of here, Bronco. Have a good night, buddy. Thanks for keeping me awake so I can get at least a solid 6 hours of sleep. Very citrusy. Julia, are you still watching, or did you fall asleep, beautiful? Ford, Mrs. Sneerson, a 10-year-old last night. She liked it. I picked up a couple bottles on Leduc. Oh, that's good that you're finding some. That's a good deal, $50. Whiskey Sneerson. Double cask, right. My double cask box, limited edition, box graphics saying natural color. And Jay, you're in Canada, are you not? You're not. Where are you? So what's the ABV, Jay? Fretless? Tried my first taste of the Anok 12 tonight. Nice, Anok 12. I like Anok. I think I have some Anok at home. Yes, I do. I think I have a 1975. California. So yours would be 43%. Very interesting. Unless I'm blind and I'm missing it, Jay. You're 12-year-old. My limited box graphics say natural. limited edition. My double cast box, limited edition, says natural color. This doesn't say anything about limited edition. Color, harvest, sun, age. Sun, harvest, sun. I don't. How is harvest sun a color? 12-year-old. Aroma, toffee candied orange, balance with distilled and bottled by blah blah blah. Nothing on here, and says anything about color. Yes, I called you. I don't know. Did you? You'll have to rewatch the video. Maybe I didn't. I need indulgent, unmistakable. A beautiful partnership as sunshine and rain create a spectacular rainbow. So the pairing of sherry season. Man, who writes this stuff? Romance novels. Macallan's 6 pillars: spiritual home, small stills, the finest cut, exceptional oak, natural. Okay, it says natural color here. Spirit and wood alone. I finally found it. It wasn't separated just as a comment. It's part of their 6 pillars. All right. I stand corrected. I was looking for it in the same spot that I saw it on the 12. Boys, I'm glad you guys are in the chat to keep me honest. Can't be looking for something that's wrong. You sleep sweet. Beautiful. Julia's going to sleep now. Whisper. She has to get up early. Lowers pitchfork. Yep. Well, I like this. My whole rant about them is going to. I went to their releases for all the NAS stuff. And I was an NES kind of guy. I didn't mind it. I bought the story the guy was telling, and I like the guy. His name is Valloway, but he's a wine guy. His background was really all wine. Yeah, I have no doubt that they use high cask. But when they went to that NAS, have any of you guys from the States tried any of their NAS? Sienna, Amber, Gold? And how do you like that Enoch 12-year-old Louis? Enoch 16. Limited edition is only referring to the box graphics only. Okay. There are so many things they do out there variety-wise with the labeling and boxing sometimes. Are you saying good night to Julia, or are you going night yourself? Bad rap sometimes because it's the big dog. Well, it could be. Yeah, there's a fair statement there, Chris. But the move to go NAS bit him in the ass. It's kind of like new Coke. I mean, Pepsi just went hardcore after him on that. Didn't phase him, right? So, I mean, I use Apple, and I like Apple products, but there are lots of people that slam them. You did find a gold. Sienna, Amber, Gold, and whatever the 4th color wasn't meant for the U.S. market, I don't think. Yeah, so there goes ask it again. Why do they separate the market other than population? I mean, obviously, more people live in New York City than all of Canada, or where any of you live in California, probably more people live in that area than all of Canada. Yeah, I think you're right. Ruby was the 4th, right? Find the Enoch 12 as an average. Nothing too exciting. What did you say the ABV was on that 12-year-old? I've been drinking several. Yeah, I agree with Sneerson. Gold, meh. Amber was good, and the ruby was amazing. Yeah. No NAS here in Kansas that I've seen. 43, yeah. Anything? I've been drinking a few 40s. I finished off some 15-year-old Wiser because there's a guy from subcontractor that's from the States. He liked it. Of course, he likes other stuff, Crown Royals and whatnot, because we get some stuff up here Canadian-wise that they can't get down there. Then I tried different things with him when I gave him this, which is 53% ABV, 53.2. I think they kind of knocked them on their socks. Matter of fact, I don't think he could walk too well after. Small town in Utah. High West, man. Talking about Utah. I was at a whiskey festival, and a guy handed me some High West. And I went, I don't want that. I'm here for Scotch. What do you give me that for? And I smelt that thing, and I had a Glencairn. I never drank it. I had a little sip of it. I loved it. I carried that thing around. It was like I smelt it all day long, or the rest of the whiskey festival. It was good. My very first whiskey festival. And that's where I first went to master distiller tasting. Duncan Taylor for an independent bottler. Not a master distiller. Master class. Thank you. A few years ago, I used to see an NAS by Macallan called the Director's Edition. I wish I'd picked it. Never heard of that. Director's Edition. Maybe I did. Oh, yeah, man. It's crazy that the distribution and the pricing. And I mean, even in one area. So in my area, you can go from one place to another, and the prices will vary. Anywhere from 10 to 50 bucks on some things. I'd laugh my head off when I walk into some stores. And, of course, the staff, they don't know what to say. I've never seen it, but I bought the cutter for $25.99. And the other day, very peated for a Highland malt. Cutter's good. I think I have the other one. What's the other? They had Cutter. Oh. We're talking about Anok now. Outlaw Bourbon, Sugar House Whiskey. Where's Outlaw Bourbon from? Bourbon's got more stories than a library. Is there any liquor store where you are? Yeah, there's the SLGA. Sneerson. They have nothing. They have like 3 scotches to choose from. And I think one of them is Chivas. I'm looking to see what I have for Anok. Our bag. I like Benriach, and I think Benriach is understated. Rudder, you might be right on that one. I don't know. I have them listed here. Oh, I see. I have the Cutter. Yeah, but it was 70 bucks for me. Not Rudder, Cutter. It's Cutter, not Rudder. Am I wrong? Hey, Whiskey Jason, how you doing? I am, and I have the 1975. Jason, I opened up a bottle of triple cask matured Macallans. I guess it would be the replacement for the fine oak. I had the lovely chat members correct me that the double cask, I was starting to think that it was not, that it might be colored, but I got schooled. And I finally found the comment that says that it's naturally colored. Well, somebody retracted a message. Must have been not nice. I do like this. I have to say, I haven't had a Macallan's in a long time. Hanok 75. I should have bought 2 bottles when I got that. It is awesome. They make one called Ruddard as well. Ruddard. Cutter, Rudder. Okay. Anything in Utah isn't close. Drunk message. Do I have to have a membership license to be able to buy booze at a liquor store in Utah? Or is that just an old thing for the liquor or for the bars? How does that work? And I'm drinking a Prairie White, not Berry White, Prairie White. Original 16 beer. Nice and fruity, oranges. Good stuff, actually. The lady that's Amber Butt, the master distiller for them, is unique and interesting. I'd like to actually meet her one day. My boss was supposed to come down for a drink. Yes, he didn't, which is all right. Yes, they brew that in your hometown. That's what I'm drinking, Whiskey Sneerson. And I'd actually, if you know anybody around there, see if you can get me an interview with the head distiller. I would drive there to have a tour of the brewery. I think it would be interesting. You'll sell me anything. Well, that we have. That's awesome. So you work in a liquor store, Mr. Starbuck. Everybody probably thought you worked at Starbucks. How many people used to watch Battlestar Galactica? Yeah. I don't get out much either. I make it look like I do, but I don't. Battlestar Galactica had a character named Starbuck. Yeah, I'm surprised 13 people are still awake. Who was the other guy in Starbucks? Battlestar Galactica. No, was it? Yeah, it's Battlestar Galactica. What was that other? No. Yeah, it's old. Probably way older than the Whiskey Altar. Wasn't it Starbuck? Or was there there was another TV series that was a movie first. Sci-fi thing. Didn't last long. Had a tiny little tin robot. I was on night shift for 14 days. And I went to work today and they said, yeah, we want to switch you to days. So guess what? This is my actual 14th night shift was finished. Came home for what they have. Buck Rogers. Thank you, Jay Fretless. You grew up watching it. There you go. I forget how that little robot talked, but he did have one funny line in there about his berries or getting frozen. His bearings, maybe. Anyway, Starbuck, that's what you make me think of when I see your last name. Apollo. Yes, that was the other guy's name. Jeez. There's a lot of sci-fi geeks in the whiskey is what I'm finding out here, eh? The A-Team. You know what? That remake of the A-Team movie was actually really well done. Twinkie. Man, how do you know all that stuff, Jay Fretless? How do you remember all of it? I have a vague memory of Buck Rogers and Twinkie. Maybe that should be your name. Twinkie. We'll change that Whiskey Altar Twinkie. Is that a good idea? Twinkie. Blah, blah, blah. It was kind of like a knockoff of R2-D2. Or maybe it was the other way around. No, I think Star Wars came out before it. I remember Princess Ardala quite fondly. Oh, do you? The Whiskey Scout. Princess Ardala. And how are you doing, Whiskey Scout? What's going on here? Did you have a good time with our friend Mr. Swami? Anything you can remember? Remember the sci-fi film Saturn III? Saturn III. Nope, I don't remember it. And I kind of grew up as a sci-fi guy. But you know what I'm noticing? I'm going to be very frank with you guys, okay? I'm usually throttled, but today I'm going to be frank. All the guys that I've been meeting in the last little while, and a lot of the guys that are into whiskey on this YouTube stuff, not all of them, Whiskey Scout's not one of them. They're a bunch of nerds that got into something that was trendy and cool, wasn't it? Saturn III, Farrah Fawcett and Kirk Douglas. No. But I do remember where the band Duran Duran got their name from. It's the one with that long ship. But there's a lot of guys, and why I'm bringing this up, this geek thing, is the motorcycle groups. I mean, I got into motorcycles. I was in my late 30s. I mean, I'd liked motorbikes forever, and just one day I said, you know what, I'm going to learn how to ride one. But a lot of the guys that were around, they were all into motorcycles. And then before I ever met Julia, photography, but it was all to meet chicks. Like, seriously, meeting chicks. They thought it would make them cool to ride a motorbike. Yeah, I just never understood it, man. Boss just texted me. Doing a live. I had to tell these guys that I do YouTube. I was keeping it to myself. He was going to try to open up a bottle of wine with his boot or shoe. I showed him a couple videos. Oh, yes, he is just what you expect, a good guy. Yeah, he is. He's, I like him. He reminds me of myself in some ways. He reminds me of my brother in some ways, some other people. Of course, I work in a construction field with a lot of people that make Swami look like Mother Teresa. So, great thing about whiskey is it's just the love of the juice. Yep. You picked up guitar to meet chicks. Does the wife know that? Does Miss Sneerson know this, Whiskey Sneerson? Or is that how you met her? Were you playing like some acoustic version of a song? The boss is coming in, guys. What door? I have two doors in this place. We'll see what the boss is up to. Keep the bugs out. Back door. It's open. Come on in. You got 12 viewers. Pull up a couch or whatever. Sit on this one if you want. Did you open up that wine?
Yeah, I got her with the key.
You did it with the key, not your boot.
No. Well, there's too much.
We're gonna share a whiskey here.
Okay, I gotta have one because I gotta go talk to people in the morning.
Yeah.
One will work.
One will work. This is my boss, everybody. And he went on YouTube and found out how to use a key to open up his whiskey. So I just opened up this Macallan's triple cask, and I usually boycott them because they went to a non-age statement. They're saying hi, hey boss.
How you doing? Boss has a name.
His name is Quentin. Although they changed the way they spell it on several things. Here, we'll give you a pretty. He's a good-looking guy. I don't care what his wife said about him. what I found out about these two bottles that I just told him is that these ones are slightly different than the ones we get in Canada.
Nice.
So they were ordered. Say when.
That's good.
There you go.
Thank you.
Wine, red wine, and whiskey. That'll make a man out of you.
Cheers, everyone.
I got a little in there. So we got 11 people watching you. The Whiskey Scout down in the States, he's kind of I get jealous of him because he goes down there and finds all these amazing bottles because he travels all over the States. And I was kind of doing that up here, but it's hard to find stuff now because everybody's into it. What's this? Which Glendalough? Not Quinton. No, Sneerson. Quintin. And he's from your neck of the woods. Sneerson is from Saskatoon.
Oh, nice.
He's a hot dog power engineer. What jobs do we do in Saskatoon?
PCS Allen and all that.
PCS Allen, okay. Yeah, never been to those, but Whiskey Jason is in Germany, but he was in Ireland last week. What were you drinking in Ireland? Oh, that's where the Glendalough came from. Hand me that. Oh, I put it away. No. Johnny had this bottle of Irish whiskey from Ireland. They brought back from Ireland. But we can buy it in Edmonton. It's just got a different bottle and different label. Kilbeggan, which is from the Cooley distillery. And the best thing I know about Cooley is that I have a bottle of SMWS Cooley. But they don't tell us that it's Cooley. You have to look it up. And it is a very expensive bottle. It was $375 because it was that rare. It is getting harder here as well to find that hard. Yeah, because everybody's advertising about all these great bottles. And yeah, just shut your trap holes and keep the secret and we'll find the stuff. Is that what this is? This is the new stuff. Well, then we have the old stuff then because I looked it up. Yeah, it's not, it's 40% ABV and it's all right. It's, you know, something to drink and get drunk with. I don't think you'd enjoy it much. But the big thing for some people, especially if they're over here and they're Irish, is they say, I know Kilbeggan. I used to live beside that city, or I lived there. I'm like, yeah, but Kilbeggan is not where it's made. It's made in Cooley Distillery, which is Riverstown, Dundalk County, Louth, Ireland, which apparently is nowhere near this town. Anyway, what do I know? 100 bushels is the new rage around here. It is not. Only at your house. That's the stuff when Andrew's grandma died.
Mm-hmm.
I poured a toast and I said, this is because death sucks. And so does this whiskey. And it's made in Regina. And it's not good. No, you have some great places in Saskatchewan making stuff. That's not one of them, Whiskey Sneers. No, I'm sorry. Whiskey Sneerson, we thought we had a different kind of bottle. I did give it a bad rap. Whiskey Sneerson's the one that sent a bottle to, he's a very, very generous fella. He sent a bottle to Food Quig. Food Quig opened it up and I watched the label on his, the wax dip was a red. The one on mine's black. I took it to Sneerson's house and we didn't even need to open up his. Sneerson said, yeah, it's the same stuff. So I left it at home. I'll go back and try it again. Whiskey. I will. I'll give it a fair shot. What kind of wine you drinking? Looks like prune juice.
Yeah, that's what we'll call it, cranberry juice.
I try to help you keep you regular or what?
Yeah.
Napanogan Castle is a nice, it's awesome with Irish whiskey. Teelings is good, especially some of their single grain. I found an old labeled CB Oak Cross bottle today. Oh man, I'm a collector of Compass Box 2 Whiskey Scout. Has anyone ever told you that? I've got something Scott wants. And I don't think he'll fork up the money for that. And if you find one, I want it. Oak Cross is part of their core, yeah. I have from Compass Box, and I'm going to show you this because you wouldn't believe me if I told you. And if you ever see one, you have a hard time finding it. This here is for you, Whiskey Scout. You get it close enough and clear enough. The Compass Box, the last vatted malt. Favorite Redbreast? Well, cask strength, of course. That's another nice Irish whiskey. There's lots of good Irish whiskeys. Glendalough, which I think is Irish. Yeah, Glendalough is. I'm going back up and catching some of the comments. The cheap stuff, yeah. Okay, 100 bushels. Okay, we're all caught up. Well, did they know what it was? Whiskey snout? Snout. Hey, Whiskey Snout. You ever been called that before? That's all right. I call Scott Bart all the time. Did they know that it was a rare one or limited and that they just had it sitting there, or just a dusty bottle sitting around no one knew about? Never saw one yet. Well, if you do, it's very rare. Now that the boss is here and he's got 2 drinks, I have to
Have 3.
Yeah, we'll just try this a little more. I haven't opened up Macallan's in a long time. So what I think I'll do is try to get a hold of Dan Valloway, the Macallan rep for Canada, and see what he says. Whiskey Snout. There you go. Hey, wait a minute. That's mine. Watch how many guys are going to try to have the Whiskey Snout. Damn it. Just a dusty, same price as all the, yeah, there you go. Those are the best ones to find. But like you're finding out too, I've hit a lot of these places. There's one place and he's got lots of old bottles, but he's asking third price stuff on it. Third party price. Not second, third. He's going crazy. No comment. What do you think of that whiskey?
It's good.
The other benefit of this versus the Canadian version, guys, is it has 2 ounces more, 50 milliliters, whereas the Canadians will be 700. Well, I should double check that, but in the US, that you can only sell 750 milliliter. They don't let, we'll get stuff in from Canada, US, Europe. They're 700. Yeah. So are these, what about, and the boutique liquor stores are trying to sell it at higher prices? That's a question. Whiskey Jason over in Germany, I shipped a bottle one time to a guy who collects Bruichladdich. But in the long run, what is the prices like there? Do you have just regular old in the corner whiskey stores? Or and then you have higher end boutique liquor stores. We have a few of those here. My favorite place is Chateau Louis, right next to the office. But it's not fancy. So they've been owned by the same family for years, right? So they don't technically pay rent compared to these other new liquor stores. And then the other ones that are trying to be high-end boutique stores, they are very high up in price. And then you have your cheap corner stores where you kind of find stuff that they don't know about or they care about because they've hired some kid in the back who's making minimum wage and doesn't give a rat's ass. That happens here as well. In your bottle hunts, do you ever get occasional rude liquor store owners? I don't know if I've ever had a rude one, but I've gotten a few that are, well, they just don't care. Both and a lot of online shops. Yeah, we don't have any online shops, although the one buddy Know Your Whiskey, who's on Instagram. He's a safety instructor up in northern Alberta. He's found somebody that will ship to him. Doesn't come cheap, he says, but if there's some things you want to get that you can't get anywhere else, he's getting some neat bottles. Last ones he got were 2 Glenfarclas bottles. Santa Cruz does not have any high-end stores, just BMO mom and pops. So the mom and pop stores, do they ever get any old stock? Or they just bring in stuff they know that they can sell to cowboys like my boss here? He thinks he's a cowboy, but I don't think he's ever ridden a horse, let alone broke one in. You ever ridden a horse?
Yep.
You ever broke one in?
Nope.
Not a cowboy. Was it a trail horse?
It's a country boy, not a cowboy.
Oh,
Difference.
country boy. What's the difference? My brother is a cowboy.
There you go.
Thinks he is anyway.
There's sidewalk cowboys and there's real cowboys.
I've seen my brother walk over. He used to own horses. I've seen my brother walk over and with somebody's horse. I forget where they were. And the horse wouldn't get on a trailer no matter what. And he says, "Can I try?"
Yeah.
And they leave him alone. And in 15 minutes, he walks on the trailer and the horse follows him.
Right on. It's
Right.
good.
My brother thinks he's a horse whisperer. Why do you keep retracting your statements, Whiskey Alter? Are you hammered and typing in rude comments? They get some good stuff. Okay. And when you say you get a rude owner, are they rude just because they don't want to? You make them look stupid because they don't know anything, maybe? I get a lot of people like that. That store, Richie, that I opened the Muse in, first of all, the Muse up here in that store was $20 more than the other store. So it was like $350 Canadian. That store carries a large variety. There are other stores that carry way more, right? Kind of like your Total Wine. We have Wine and Beyond. That store is called the Keg and Cork, and that's the one that has the trip to Scotland. So if this guy tells me that I have no work in October, I'm going to, don't tell Julia, she already kind of knows, going to Scotland with them to the Adelphi Distillery, which I'm trying to remember how they pronounce it. Whiskey Jason probably knows. We'll go there and we get to help select a barrel for a store exclusive scotch. Staring at his wall of okay selection, but he did have Glengoyne 17 Dusty. What I usually come across as a small town store where a rep has sold some high priced bottle that sits forever until I come along. Keg and Cork, not Cork and Keg. That's what you need to open up, Sneerson, is a whiskey store now that they're letting you have private liquor stores in Saskatchewan. If you can afford the freaking price that SLGA is going to charge you. Anyway, I'm going to finish these drinks up with the boss. I'm going to get my 8 hours rest before we go to work. See if he's going to buy breakfast in the morning. Distributors in California bend the liquor store owners over a barrel, only promising them a bottle of allocated stuff if they buy $4,000 in cheap vodka. You know, Fretless, we get some of that up here too. It's not necessarily that you have to buy this, but the big stores like Total Wine, or in the US it's Total Wine. Up here it's Wine and Beyond. They're huge. And I've gotten a fairly good rapport with a guy named Ryan, who is their spirit buyer. But they will say, we want this exclusive. And if they can't have it 100% exclusive, they'll say, okay, we want this we want it for a month before everybody else gets it, right? And I'm sure they work out some other deals like, yeah, well, okay, but only if you can sell this to me, right? But I don't think they'd bend them over quite as bad because there's so many stores around that they'll just walk over to the next store and sell it to them. Semi-private here cannot just open up a store. Sucks. Semi-private, but you got Sobeys up there. You'll have a bottle for $122 in the SLGA. Sobeys selling it for $300. There's something wrong. I got the phenomenology, and I've never opened it yet. But I've tried it. I've had samples given to me. See you later, Scout. Yeah, me too, buddy. You go straight to bed, though, eh? Not to the liquor cabinet. What have I missed? Anything? What do you think of this, eh? See, the boss is like, what the hell is that guy doing, man? What's this got to do with the price of rice in China? That's a cowboy, see? Or a country boy, sorry. I'm going to get schooled on that later. All right, guys, I got to get to bed here soon, too, so a few licenses for private, yeah. They're just trying to find ways to make money off the hard-working guy that's willing to take a chance with a liquor store. It's not really fair. They want their cake and eat it too, that SLGA. Thanks, Santa Cruz, for coming in. You guys all stay out of trouble. And here we'll switch to the Scotch. Salantia.